Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel. Otherwise, let's get into it, Gemini, and have a look and see what messages are coming up for the sign of Gemini and to the cross watchers dealing with a Gemini for the month of March. Gemini. And last card. Okay, let's start off with the King of Swords here. This is very powerful. This is all about communication. This is a lot of information that's going to be coming to you here, Gemini. You're going to be at your strength, I feel. The King of Swords can very much be you, regardless of your gender. And he represents a lot of knowledge and wisdom and power. Okay, he's got power in a situation here. It could also be a very important conversation that comes up for you this month. A very important topic. Perhaps this is in relationships, perhaps this is in the workplace. It's something that needs to be addressed or needs addressing. It can involve legal entities, okay, work disputes, fair settlements, legalities of any kind. It could even be like psychology. The King of Swords is very well educated. So for some of you, you're going to be educated in something. It could be something new that's happening in the workplace. You might be educated or told about something that, you know, maybe a condition someone might have. You know, it's big news coming to you with the King of Swords. He's the master of his own thoughts, and it's interesting that the Seven of Swords sits below that, because there might have been something you were avoiding or hid from someone. Okay, could be a secret. It might be something you hid from employees, from family members, children, to relationship, lovers, to exes. I feel like you have the power to make things right again. Okay, the fact that the King of Swords sits above the Seven of Swords, he prevails over the Seven of Swords. I feel as though you have, your words can make things right again, okay? It could also be someone who you've been waiting on to reach out to you. You might have been still orbiting this person, okay? You might have still been following them on social media. Maybe they still check up on you. But you can see that the Seven of Swords tiptoes, and I'm thinking the King of Swords overpowers him. So I'm thinking something you've been meaning to discuss or talk about, there'll be an opportunity to do that. So I do feel like the ball is in your court and you'll be able to make things right again with your words. Okay, so there's reassurance, I think. But it could be an air sign, could be someone wanting to communicate with you as well. The Page of Wands is here, which can speak of a passion or a secret admirer. It can speak about lust, so there might be someone showing you a lot of interest. Things might be moving quite intimately. It could be a fire sign, an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo who's been eyeing you off, Gemini, who wants a piece of you here with the Page of Wands. This is an expression of love, but intimacy, openness, adventure, that's coming up around you. So I feel like you'll be, March could be a period where you're able to just enjoy yourself and enjoy what is. And enjoy how things are progressing in certain situations, but there could be lustful behavior or someone lusting over you. It could even be you lusting over another person. Now, the Page of Wands is quite an unsettled energy. He likes to travel and explore and experience things, so you might be in an energy where you want to explore and do things and keep yourself busy. I don't know if you're trying to avoid something or you distract yourself from something, but it could be a reason why the Page of Wands might just be coming up for you this month in March. It can be a message from abroad as well. There could be travel opportunities, or you might be thinking about traveling. The Page of Wands is an explorer, so it could be that as well. But I feel like there's someone showing interest here. And there's a lot of lust, and I think that lust is sort of reinforced by the Tower card. You know, the fire, the passion. It could be reigniting an old spark. It could be reuniting with someone, maybe even just on a physical level here, Gemini. Maybe not necessarily on an emotional level, but you could definitely be reuniting with someone in some way here with the Tower card. I mean, especially if you have had something happen here that's thrown you off course. The Tower card can be shake-ups and contrasts and arguments and things, maybe involving another person. There's two people pictured here falling from the tower. Now, I don't know if this is two people falling in love, falling in lust, you being one of them. I don't know if there's a situation with a friend or a colleague or another person, another party, where there might be things that don't go according to how you want them to. Things could go a little bit haywire. The Tower card is unforeseen circumstances, unpredictable events. It could be something that you hadn't predicted. It could also be a lot of intense moments in the month of March. Intense emotions, intense conversations, things that burn up fairly quickly, because it's combustion here. But it could be wrath. I mean, the lightning can symbolize wrath and anger, so I don't know, but there might be an argument of some kind here. It could be that you feel a lot of anger because something didn't go your way, or something that you tried to build has been knocked down. And of course it's disheartening and it's deflating here, Gemini, and I'm wondering why you're avoiding. Are you avoiding something because you know it's still tender, or you know it's still fairly recent? But there could be avoidance coming in. It could be striking while the iron's hot as well. I mean, the Tower card, as much as it's dark and chaotic, and you may find that sort of chaos in relationships or in your day-to-day, it could be an electric chemistry, absolutely. But it could be striking while the iron's hot, okay? That lightning strike, it almost looks like an arrow. I don't know if it's direction, or if this is like a graph or anything, like it's going up and down here, zigzagging. I don't know if that has anything to do with mind, okay, way of thinking. I don't know if it's a relationship that's going to really zig and zag, and it might be a little bit up and down and a little bit all over the place for you this month, and you might experience that, feel that chaos that the Tower card can bring. But I do feel it is involving another person or another party, and sometimes it's even delays. But it can also be a phallic symbol, a symbol of carelessness, recklessness, sex, physical connections. You wanting to build on something that right now isn't working, Gemini, for one reason or another. It's not meant to be. Maybe not forever, maybe just not right now. The Seven of Swords, there could be deception coming up around you. It might be another air sign that's doing the deception, a fellow Gemini, an Aquarius, or a Libra. It could also be someone that's deceiving you with their words, or they're tiptoeing around what they really mean. So you're not getting a clear answer. You're not getting the reassurance that you need, or you're not really understanding. I think different excuses or arguments or reasons are coming up from another person, and that might be confusing you. And maybe the King of Swords on top here is that you need to make a decision based on the reasons or the excuses that you are receiving in March. Maybe you'll come to a point where you're not really sure, or maybe you'll have figured out the true reason, or the reason for delay, or the reason for breaking up, or the reason that why someone feels the way they do. But there could be multiple reasons. In essence, it's avoidance, though, with the Seven of Swords. He knows he's done something wrong and he tries to avoid it, or he tries to get away with it. It could be that someone's trying to push your boundaries, test your limits, see where you draw the line. And maybe this person is just unsure. You know, we have to ask ourselves why the Seven of Swords is doing what he's doing. What is the reason for him taking these swords and stealing them? Is it validated? Is it credible? Is it just dismissed straight away? There's a lot of questions that need answering, I feel, at least mentally, or at least with another person, or whatever this happens. And look, it could be theft, it could be taboo activities, things that are frowned upon. It could even be a little bit of peer pressure. It could be that you're in excess of something. It could even be criminal things, okay, charges, cases, criminal behavior in the workplace, maybe in the home. You know, there's the Seven of Swords but more likely than not, it's more deception. It's more someone taking something from you, knowing that what they're doing is wrong. But again, the reasons why they're doing it is what's really a little bit baffling here. So you might feel like that. But look, it could be you, Gemini. You might be the one avoiding things, okay? You might be the one that's avoidant of certain people, to have certain conversations. Maybe you're coming across as very cool, calm, collected, confident, but underneath that there's something you want to avoid. And maybe that's something worth investigating, the reasons as to why you want to avoid it. Does something scare you? Does it make you fearful? doesn't make you unsure, doesn't make you not confident. There's always reasons to our actions, and I think that's worth thinking about, or at least taking into consideration, because it may impact March's turn of events for you this month. Okay, he does look back to the Four of Cups, so if this is in regards to a water sign, you might be avoiding a water sign or trying to avoid your emotions, trying to avoid what is. And emotions, epiphanies, and realizations are represented by the Four of Cups. He's assessing his options here, the Three Cups in front of him, and then the hand of God emerges from the cloud and offers him a cup. He's not seeing it yet, so there's something that maybe you haven't realized emotionally speaking, or there might be a water sign who hasn't realized something about you yet, okay? They need to come to their senses or come to their realizations. But it could be absolutely, could be pleasant surprises here. Sometimes we look at our options and we feel so limited, or we feel like this is all there is to it. There's nothing else. But then something comes up and changes everything. And it could very well be an unexpected offer, okay? An unexpected offer, okay? An unexpected message. Someone might even reach out to you. Again, it could be connected to love and affection and attention. That's what that Page of Wands can be. It could be an unexpected job offer. It could be a fourth option that suddenly comes in, okay? Another house offer, another friend, another contract, something that you hadn't considered, or isn't on the horizon anytime soon, could occur very unexpectedly, very quickly, and it could be an extremely pleasant surprise here for you. So enjoy the surprise. It may come when you least expect, whatever this is that's happening, because this is the hand of God. This we consider as divine intervention. So it can be the gods, the universe, spirit, that's giving you an option, that's giving you an opportunity, or showing you something here. But it could very well be realizing what's at stake, okay? Some of you in March are going to realize something that maybe you've taken for granted. Could be a person, it could be a working condition, it could be your health, it could be something that you've had in your life, okay? You've had it in your life, you've had it around you, but you never really attached to it, or you never really realized its significance. March could be a groundbreaking month in the sense where you finally do realize the significance or the value or whatever this is, that whatever it brings to your life, you're going to come to acknowledge that. And this is very powerful. It could be epiphanies around relationships, around friends, around career paths, around life goals. But it does point to major things, but it can definitely be regarding a water sign as well, as I've mentioned. This is the tree of life, though. Trees represent wisdom and growth. So because the cups is emotion, there's a lot of emotional growth, and emotional maturity, or an emotional understanding that maybe you haven't thought about. And it could even be from a different perception here. That's what's really going to change your mind or your thoughts. That's highly likely. But unexpected offers could come at a very unlikely time, or a time when you need the most here, Gemini. You do also have the Knight of Wands, which can be fire energy, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo coming through. The Knight of Wands is quite powerful, and the fact that he's got the Tower card above him, I don't know if there's a fire sign that might be bringing this Tower moment to you. I don't know if it's with someone foreign, okay? The Page and the Knight of Wands are known for their travels, are known for not really being at the one place at the one time. And they can be quite fleeting. And I say fleeting because they're on the move a lot. So for some of you, it's either a fleeting connection, or a person that might have come and gone, or a job offer that was temporary, something that might have been fleeting, might come back or might resurface into the picture for you in the month of March. The Knight of Wands can indicate a physical move for some of you. You might be making a move, you might be getting out there. It's quite a fast-paced energy, especially anything in regards to lust and passion and the physical. So physical fitness, moving, relocating, traveling, anything to do with movement, commuting, that could be quite major for you. And they do look towards the Four of Cups. It's almost like they're looking, this one's looking, that one's looking, but this one doesn't see it either. It could be something that you finally notice after a long time, something that has been going on for you, around you for quite a long time. You might finally realize something here. There's a realization. It's almost like everyone's looking, but they can't see it. Or someone, you're searching for something, or maybe people are searching to help you find something or someone, but you can't see it. It's almost like it's not visible, or it's not there, it's not evident. And you might have a great grasp on this, you know, whatever it is that you're looking at. You might be trying to find someone, you might be trying to find out something about them, you might be trying to find something in the workplace, you know, results, paperwork, documents, proof, evidence, you know, and it's almost like you can't see it. It will come to you eventually, I feel, with the Four of Cups. I think that's a good omen. The fact that it will come to you eventually, and you will see what you need to see, and you will find what you will need to find, because the Knight of Wands is a deeply determined behavior, so you're going to be determined to do something. I do want to mention, though, the Knight of Wands is impulsive, and that impulsiveness can lead to the Tower moment, okay? When we're over anxious, when we just want reassurance, we can sometimes make things worse rather than better. Sometimes it's better to cool off, distract yourself, think about what you want to say or do, and come back to it. Maybe even journaling, okay, expressing yourself in other ways before you go ahead and approach that person or approach that issue. There might needs to be, you might need to think about it. Make sure your mind, when you're thinking about this, you're in the King of Swords energy, not the Seven of Swords, but the King of Swords energy, where you know what you want to say, you've had time to regroup and recollect your thoughts. Otherwise, it can very much fuel that Tower moment, which I've mentioned can be arguments, it can be wrath, or it can have things blow up in your face if you aren't careful here, Gemini. And I absolutely know what that feeling is, because I myself am a Gemini. And I know when I'm in that mode, when, you know, it's all intense and I just want to get everything out there, get it off my chest, get it out there, thinking it will help, thinking it will make me feel better, sometimes it blows up, okay, more than it needs to. Sometimes it's exaggerated. So make sure that anxiousness and that fired up energy of the Knight of Wands, make sure you give yourself time to regroup and recollect and get yourself into a calm energy before you go ahead and make that approach or change or that speech or whatever it is that you have to say or do or have, okay? Look, I will leave your March reading at that though, Gem, so thank you again so much for tuning in.